May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to Marxist students learn how bad socialism can really get. So without further ado, let's get started.
I know, I've seen the socialism sucks. So.
Yeah, well, I don't like your ideology. I don't know about you. You seem like a nice enough person.
Yeah.
Your ideas are practically evil, but that's...
Oh, well, same for you.
Okay, tell me why.
What?
Tell me why.
Capitalism is a vampire. I don't know.
Is it what?
I said capitalism is a dead vampire that feasts on the blood of the working class.
Capitalism is a deadly vampire that feasts on the blood of the working class.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that for me?
I don't really want to right now, but because
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
So you're feasting on the blood of the working class. How dare you?
Yeah. I know.
How do you feel about that?
We all have to do the best that we can.
No, you don't. Why don't you go live on a farm and not use the fruits of the working class and just be a socialist with your friends? Why use the fruits of the free market? Isn't that kind of hypocritical?
No, because the free market is so pervasive, we have no choice but to live it.
No, like I said, you could go live on a farm by yourself like the Amish do, or like socialists in Vermont do, but yet you choose to live in a free market society and benefit from it, and use the heat and the light and the well-being and the medicine and the food all as a byproduct of a market-based society.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, but...
Oh, you love it, but you said it's a vampire sucking the blood of the working class, so isn't that a little contradictory?
What?
What's your dad's opinion?
My dad's opinion?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Is your dad the same persuasion as you?
No.
Why,
He's a Republican.
Slightly, that's okay.
He's
Republican.
Yeah, he's a Republican.
But no one's preventing. See, here's the thing: no one's preventing you from living like a socialist. You can go do that, but your worldview would prevent me from living like an entrepreneur or like a capitalist. So inherently, your ideology is built on control of other people's choices. Ours is built on freedom. If you want to go live like a socialist, I have no problem with that. You can go start your own socialist colony in rural Utah, buy your own land and share your own water and share your own food. That's what's so amazing about voluntary societies. Whereas what you talk about is a coercive society. I don't have that freedom to live how I want to live under the worldview that you espouse. And I think that's immoral.
You're forcing them.
And again, I don't believe in revolutionary socialism.
I didn't accuse you of that. You said Democrat socialism.
Yeah. That's just the club I'm with. Really, I'm fairly Marxist, honestly.
Okay, let's talk.
That's just the club
Marxist.
that I'm in. But I believe that eventually we will get to a state where enough people, we will collectively come together and say, hey, this is better, for all of us. I don't, obviously, with the world we live in today, socialism can't exist, like today in America. I'm very pragmatic, at my core.
Okay.
I recognize that's never going to happen.
You said the Marxist thing. Can you give me an example where Marxism has ever worked?
No, but that's because we aren't.
But it's been tried over 100 times in the last 100 years, and it's never worked. It's 0 for 100. And isn't that kind of concerning to you?
Well, so the thing is, in a Marxist state, it's a stateless, classless, money society.
Right, and so that's just utopia, man. I mean, that's no different than a fiction novel about Neverland. It's been tried, and the results are hundreds of millions of people dead.
But that's ultimately what a true communism, utopia is.
Right. So here's the question: do you think utopia is attainable?
I think it is, not in our lifetime.
Okay.
Have you read the Communist Manifesto?
Yeah. And so, I guess the struggle I have here is you espouse a viewpoint that has never worked. You think's never going to work in our lifetime and never work in this country. That's no different than me believing in something of a work of fiction.
But that doesn't mean that you can't work towards it.
So how would we go about working towards it? That's where the revolutionary component comes in, isn't it? So maybe you are a little more revolutionary than you admit it.
I don't think I am. I think that when you look over time and you see how societies have changed and how they've progressed and everything, I think that eventually will get to a point where people will be able to criticize.
Well, so let me ask you a question. Do you think some people are better at some things than others?
Sure.
Okay, so then in your utopian society, where would a smarter person fit in versus a not so smart person? Would there be hierarchies or no in your fictitious utopian Marxist
My
society?
fictitious, okay, yeah, we merge society. Well, at that point, automation will have taken over enough so that you not and you have to what is to
Are you familiar with this thinking?
No, I'm very familiar. I'm trying to
thinking
deconstruct.
is that to
No, trust me, I'm not asking you to figure it out. I'm actually to deconstruct. Like, I don't actually think he believes this.
I'm saying that because of the modern age, there is a new variable, right, which is automation.
yeah.
So very familiar with it, but that will never get rid of hierarchy. So
For the 2020 elections, there's what's his name? There's a candidate who believes in the
yeah, the Asian American guy, very nice, you or something. But here's the thing. If we Karl Marx argued that in the 1870s, and we've had huge automation, and we still have hierarchy. It's like, so no matter how hard you try, some people are going to work harder at certain things and be more proficient at them than others, whether it be music, sports, anything. In the fictitious Marxist society, it means the complete total abolition of any sort of hierarchy whatsoever. And so that's something you would believe in. Okay, so that's anti how we're actually built as people. Some people are taller, some people are smarter, some people have higher IQs, some people have more drive. Only in a market-based society are those differences able to elevate the standard of living for all people and actually make some sense of a broken world. And there's been so many times that Marxist fictitious utopian communism has tried to be implemented. Over a short period of time, like the Paris Commune, it falls apart. Do you know why? Because human beings are inherently selfish. And so if you try to build a commune, for example, after 20 days, you're going to have one guy and say, no, I want 2 loaves of bread, not 1. And he might be smart enough to be able to figure out how to do that. Then all of a sudden there'll be a small subdivision that will break away from him and you have conflict. The only reason we have a civil society in the West is in order to get 2 loaves of bread in the West, you have to earn it. You can't take it away from somebody else. That's where Marxist utopian fictitious communism brings in.
This is an interesting topic. I should probably get to class.
Thank you. I hope you learned something there.
I just love how the guy realized his mistake, because if you want everyone to be treated equally, it can't work. Okay, because not everyone is as smart as the next person. Someone might be smarter than me, and I can be smarter than someone. So if you want everyone to take equal pay and be treated equally, or let's say do equal job, it's not going to work. You can wake me up as early as 5 o'clock and I'm good to go. You can wake someone as early as 5 o'clock and the person wants to still sleep. They want to sleep till like 10 a.m. before going. So you see, that is the reason why it won't work. And that is what Charlie is saying. He said the reason why someone would want 2 loaves of bread and another person would want 1 is because you are paying for it. If you are paying for it, you would decide that, okay, I think today I'm going to eat 1 loaf of bread to save my money. And that is really what what's it called? I think everyone is doing right here, because now if you want to use an iPhone, you have to work to use the iPhone. You see, you're not going to hand over iPhone to everyone, both the one that deserves it and the one that does not deserve it, simply because you are a Marxist. You have to hand over, you have to earn it for you to use it. You see, if you want something, you have to go for it, you have to work for it, you have to earn it. If you put in the work, you get a higher pay. If you don't put in the work, you get a lower pay. That is how life's supposed to be. Because I'm not going to work my ass out and be deprived of what I deserve. Why you just do your thing and you get a whole lot in return. And I think the beginning part when they started the argument, he said he asked him, do you use an iPhone? He said yes. He said, then why do you use an iPhone? You're supposed to go to the remote area of town, maybe get a land there, farm your products, build your house, eat your food, like live as if you were in the Stone Age, whereby you do everything yourself and you don't rely on anybody, and you make your own medicine. But you see, we all benefit from what is happening now, but we still want to live as if we are living back then, which is not so. And I just love this so much. I love how Charlie was able to dialogue with him and everything. It was just awesome. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. It is the first time visiting the channel. Click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and remember blessed.